right?
That.
All right, let's go live.
I understand that. That's interesting. Well, yeah, I guess it makes sense because like you want to get as much tension from the water without cutting through it, right?
You want to be able to like pierce through it as smoothly as you can, but when you're pulling,
you're trying to keep as much tension there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Almost like you're clawing through, but the power should be coming from your legs and your hips.
The power of thrusting forward.
Yeah.
So
a lot of it's like a lot of it has to come from your legs if you're doing it properly.
Yeah. So I do know that. Like when I'm normally swimming.
What's up, guys? I know. What's up, guys? I forgot for a second that we were indeed live. What is going on, guys? How is everyone doing, man?
We're just talking about swimming technique over here. But hope you guys are doing well. Happy middle of the week. Guess what day it is? Jeez, guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Yeah, this boy dying over here. Hope you guys are doing well. And again, I forgot to buy like Tic Tacs. You know what? I'm just gonna like Amazon Prime it here. I hope you guys are doing well. This is a Q&A, so make sure you put a Q in your question. But this is a Mayo Gang Talk as well, so Isaiah and I do have quite a few things that we're going to be running through. Misconceptions in Airsoft. What are some kind of beliefs from back in the day or currently existing that aren't true or aren't necessarily accurate? Right? I think that's a better way to coin it. But guys, during this live stream duration, while we are live, we have a promo going on. Every $50 spent at airsoftgi.com will get you 5 chances to win the shopping spree giveaway. We are going to be honoring this promo for the silver 20th anniversary mystery box. Look at that graphic right there. Bam, look at that. Oh my goodness, so nice, so clean. You can take advantage of the silver 20th anniversary mystery box right now, win amazing prizes that all retail more than the box itself, and get 15 chances to win the shopping spree giveaway. But hello, if you look on the screen a little bit closer, every pre-order for the MGC4 line will get you 50 chances to win tomorrow's $1,200 shopping spree giveaway. And guys, guess what? If you haven't been paying attention online, on any of our social media platforms, they land this Friday. They're going to be shipping out as soon as possible. So that is for the MGC4 Mark II. So you can secure yours right now and get 50 chances to win while also securing the best airsoft gun of 2023. I would recommend highly doing it, especially with those limited edition colors. Not sure if they're limited edition, but I'm going to say limited edition. Sure. They are newer. We do have the black and gold variant, the black and red variant, and an all bronze variant as well. No King the Conqueror. I just watched Loki, season 1 for the first time. That's why I made that reference. But yeah, guys, you can secure those right now. Get 50 chances to win tomorrow's $1,200 shopping spree giveaway. That's absolutely insane. You guys don't want to miss out, but maximize your chances anyway. Again, every $50 order or every $50 spent at airsoftgi.com will get you 5 chances to win. That's increments of 50. So if you spend $100, that's 10 chances. $150, 15 chances. And again, we are honoring that for the silver 20th anniversary mystery box as well. Isaiah, you want to let them know about some combos we just made live?
So we actually have a ton of new products that actually just went live not too long ago on the website, including some new combos featuring the brand new KLI Baba Yaga 2, the sequel part dose, right? Yes. So we have a ton of combos, and believe it or not, there's actually a ton more on the way. Like, we kind of went ham on these combos this time around. Like, we made a ton.
Yeah, absolutely. As I was making these combos, I was like, what are some dope things that I would get with this gun? What would I personally like get to get it up and running? So I just made a whole bunch of combos with different accessories. You can see currently on the website there are 9 different combos. You'll see extra magazine combo, pretty much a starter package with CO2 BBs, extra magazine. There's also optic combos with different optics as well, and then there are going to be more combos on the way with flashlights, with holsters, with the combination of optic, flashlight, and holster, optic, flashlight, holster, and magazines. Literally, we're going to have a whole bunch. You guys should really, really secure these. They're super dope. If you haven't seen our videos on them as well, it is the brother, the cousin, literally direct relative of the original KLI Baba Yaga, the hardest kicking gas blowback pistol. But this one is optic ready, which is super freaking dope. CO2 powered. especially with it being optic ready. There's no lag. There's no lag in it. It is fun as hell. I would recommend securing yours as well.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And again, we also have some other new products as well. We also have some new parts for your AAP01. So all AAP01 owners, rejoice. We have a ton of new stuff from Atlas Custom Works. Even got some more TTI magwells as well. And there's more stuff literally on the way. Again, just stay tuned to the website. We're constantly dropping new products. Remember, if you were ever in the market for airsoft stuff, now is definitely the time. Because again, remember, like we said, the promo above our heads is not going to be lasting forever. It's only going to last till the end of the stream, which is going to be at 5 o'clock. Now, did you want to answer some questions first, or did you want to get right into the topic?
Let's get into questions.
All right, let's start answering some questions. Yara 12 Stones, is there battery-operated handguns, like AEPs? Yes, they do exist. AEPs, automatic electric pistols, are a thing. However, they're not very popular, or I would say very common in the U.S., at least in terms of like bringing them to a field. Now, we do sell some like lower, quality ones on our site, but in general, most of them, like, they're fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can still have fun in your backyard with them, but they're definitely not a convenient option for like competition or for bringing for like outdoor play. I know Wu has one that he built out externally, but even then, he says like it's not the most reliable thing on the world.
Exactly. It's just with the limitations of the size of a pistol, fitting electronics, specifically like the mech box in there, is very difficult. You are restricted with air volume and cyclic rate or cycle rate. There are, like, I know there is a small market for it in terms of aftermarket parts, but they are really far in between. Honestly, with the technology that's available in gas blowback pistols, there's a reason why electric pistols have been phased out.
Yeah, no. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's not just a matter of being able to upgrade. It's also just like, hey, when shit fails, being able to have like parts readily available for you to like just change out, is actually kind of a nice thing, and just AEPs just don't have that, at least not yet. Right, anyway, Maxwell Jones is asking, HK Arms chest rig for indoor, worth it, or better options for the price? I know exactly which ones he's talking about.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about as well. When it comes down to tactical gear, honestly, it's just a matter of personal preference, just like Isaiah said. Like, it does give you a very comfortable rig to build off of. Does it have integrated pouches? Maybe. That's a big maybe.
Yes.
It does. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, 3 rifle mag cells. So I mean, for $110, like, it is very well constructed. I will say the addition of the Cobra buckles for quick release definitely makes things much easier. But honestly, I think there are chest rigs that can do the same job for less money. But with less money in mind, it may not be as well built in terms of padding and stuff like that. But if this is your jam, go for it. Honestly, I have no arguments against it. When I tried it, it was pretty good. But yeah, no worries. My nose is itchy.
No, yeah, like, I would say if you were looking for like a super high quality chest rig, right, something that was like super secure, like had like, I guess, pretty much like a testament to like modern like engineering and design, like, this is definitely going to be one that is like super up there in terms of quality. But again, it is a little bit pricey. Again, guys, you can still use coupon code 20th right now, 20TH, for an additional 10% off, as long as it's not a shocker deal or it's a mystery box. You should be able to use that towards anything on the website. You guys are welcome. All right, let's see, answered that one. Fidel is asking, Cisco, Fortnite, you down?
You want to know funny? I was just talking to Isaiah about this because Isaiah wants to try to game during his stream on Tuesdays, and I did hear that Fortnite is bringing back the original map, which is very interesting as well. And I know Fidel, you and some of the other boys here in the chat, we used to play Fortnite. I might be down. It all depends on timing, honestly. I do get quite busy personally in my personal life, you know what I'm saying? But if things align, always down, bro. All right, next question. What else we got here?
I saw Tanner James is saying, I have a question. Can you provide more information on it? It's about the G19.5 on the site for a pre-order. He's asking for just more info on the Glock 19.
Okay, so that is the tungsten gray Glock 19, I believe. That is a limited edition one that is we are going to be exclusively carrying, I believe. Honestly, super freaking dope finish on it. You can pre-order it right now. I do believe they excuse me, I do believe that they have arrived at Elite Force's warehouse, but they are doing a final QC on it. I'm trying to get as much information as possible on these, even getting one in so we could do videos and stuff and answer more questions. But internally, it's still going to be Glock 19 Gen 5, so it is going to be sharing the same internals as the not the 45. It's the Glock 30. No, actually, it might be the 45. Yeah, it might be Glock 45 and the Glock 19 X. So Gen 5, it has the magazine release that can be swapped to left to right side, the ambi slide catch, the hop up unit, and everything's going to be the same. It's going to have all that same compatibility as well. But yeah, still working on the ETA. Again, they are still trying to do the final QCs, make sure the quality is good to go on all of them. I know they're really big sticklers about that. They want to present a nice package for you guys. So yeah, if there's anything specific that you're trying to know, please put it in the chat.
Virgil Hill, I am anxious to actually meet you in person. He says he's going to be coming down. He says during my stream the other day. He wants to come down to the actual storefront and actually say what's up. We anxiously await your arrival. We cannot wait to meet up. Fidel's also asking, did you send him the patch yet?
No, I didn't, bro. I'm sorry. I will get you your patch, my boy.
What patch was it?
It was the patch that was for BB Wars.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll be sending that to you, Fidel. We'll be sending that to you.
He bought a ticket, but he wasn't able to come through.
Yeah, so. Big sad. Honestly, like when you bought the ticket, I was like, deadass, is he actually gonna show up? I thought he was gonna do.
No, he had. Fidel DM'd me because he was like, "Yo, where's a place I could stay in Ontario?" And I was like, "Oh, like bet."
Was he actually looking for a place to stay?
Well, no, like during the trip. Oh yeah.
I mean, Fidel. Fidel, you could have just asked me, man. Like, here's the thing. Like, I've let like homies from out of state like stay over at my place. Like, we've met. You're cool, man. Like, I don't mind you staying at my place at the end of the day. Like, just hit me up, DM me. And I can work that out. Like, I'm not super close to Ontario, but I mean, like, you know, I'm definitely a lot closer than Hawaii. So.
No shit, Sherlock. No, that's Moriarty right there, my boy.
It's time we should maybe get into the topics potentially for today, or do you want to?
No, I get it. Yeah, we definitely should. So, again, guys, this is a Mayo Gang Talk. If you do have questions, please put it in the chat. Put a Q in front of it, and we will get to it as soon as possible. But we do have some interesting things. Isaiah actually brought up this topic for me. It is misconceptions in Airsoft. So while we're doing that, just gonna leave that up there. But misconceptions in Airsoft, kind of things that we have heard throughout our career in Airsoft, or like life in Airsoft, and even as of recently during the live streams and stuff, things that you guys ask us. If you are wondering if these statements are true or not, we do actually get quite a few of these. Which is very interesting. But Isaiah, I want you to introduce it a little bit better than I did.
Okay, no, you're chill. Again, these are going to be like things that like you might have heard in Airsoft, or information that, you know, because a lot of Airsoft too, outside of just the internet, is also a lot of hearsay, right? A lot of it is hearsay, whether you get it from like any sort of Reddit posts or threads, right? Whether you look on YouTube and use the comment section, right? Like there's a lot of things that you hear, and that's just kind of just repeated for verbatim, right? And without any sort of like nuance to it, without any sort of like more intricate details being expressed. It's just general blanket statements that you hear that end up being taken as like absolute fact, right? And unfortunately, we do, especially as someone that's, you know, we've worked storefront before, we've gotten a lot of these. I think you and I can both agree that one of the biggest ones that we've always had, and we still get this to this day, is that bolt action snipers actually have more range and accuracy than standard AEGs. Now, this is one that, you know, I don't blame people for feeling this way or for kind of believing this, because it does make sense. You would assume, right, because of the way it's built, the length of the barrel and everything, you would think like, oh yeah, of course, you know, it's a sniper rifle. It absolutely can, you know, shoot much further than your standard like AR. It absolutely is way more accurate than your standard like, you know, AEG. But at the end of the day, you know, it's on this list. It's for a reason. It is a misconception. That is not the case, unfortunately. There are very few bolt-action sniper rifles that realistically, out of the box, shoot as competitively as we all like to think. Not saying that they don't shoot good. No, that's of course not. There are some that shoot great, and they're not even talking like the super expensive ones either. We're talking about some that like, under a certain budget, like let's say even some that are like in the $100 price point, that can still shoot great, but just not going to be the same level of, I guess, like the same like performance spec that you would all assume. Again, we've all seen sniper videos on YouTube, and we all want to be that guy, right? Especially kids, right? Especially kids. They have this assumption that it's going to be good out of the box, but in reality, it's just not the case, and it's a lot more nuanced than that.
No, absolutely. And I do believe that concept or that idea does come from real firearms, especially like media where you see the sniper is like a mile away from the target and he's aiming for the head and gets the headshot, right?
It's one like super cliched like morale, and I'll always see it as a morale patch or like a T-shirt. It's like, if you heard the shot, it wasn't for you. Oh, come on, dude. That's kind of cringe, bro.
I wonder, was that a quote from a show or something?
Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's hilarious. No, yeah, but excuse me. Yeah, now to add on to what Isaiah said, again, there are plenty of bolt-action sniper rifles that shoot great. Out of the box, a lot less that have better range and accuracy than an AEG. Now, we do have to consider a couple of things though with this statement, because if you do build out a bolt-action sniper rifle, you can get them super accurate and have
absolute nightmare builds I've seen.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and get them to have incredible range. But what is kind of glorified, especially with like gameplay videos of airsofters, usually they're compilation videos, or they're forcing engagement. And through a scope cam, you can't really tell how far that target is. If I shoot at a target for like 100 or so feet away with a sniper rifle, yeah, I'm gonna hit him. Like it's not as dramatic, but the magic of editing.
That's true. Most people don't really. Oh, you can use getting closer, by the way. There you go. With when it comes to like a lot of these like sniper like compilation videos, it's literally just that. It's a compilation video, you know what I mean? Like whether they label it as such or not, and you can kind of tell, right? If it ends up cutting away any cut that's done in a video, you have to automatically assume, okay, this has been tampered with, right? There's just no way to do it, and it makes sense, right? I don't blame content creators for doing that. They got to make the video entertaining. They got to get those views, right? So of course you're gonna do, okay, shot here. They're gonna. What you don't see is the amount of time they probably waited in between each kill. Sometimes the kills that they put together are like from completely separate games, right? It just happens, right? And that's totally fine. But I do think that a lot of people don't really think about that too much when they watch those videos, especially younger audience members. And they end up thinking, oh, I'm just going to get all these awesome kills right out of the box. And again, like you said, you are going to need to put in a little bit of work in order to get it to be that competitive, right? It just is the way it is. Now, with that said, I kind of do want to get into snipers too. That is one aspect of airsoft that I've never really taken the deep dive. Like I've tried it, but I've never fully committed to it. And I think that's one thing I definitely want to start doing a little bit more. Like I'm always tempted to pick up like a double barrel VSR 10.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of started off airsoft with the bolt-action sniper rifle, and it's definitely not what you think it's going to be. Like Isaiah stated a second ago, there is a lot of waiting involved with sniping, unless you are playing a more aggressive role. If you play the sniper to its its best ability, you are sneaking around the field. You are trying to flank the field, be undetected, and take off shots or take out enemies from a undiscovered location. You're
like the Predator, unseen.
Exactly. But I mean, it is somewhat difficult to do that, especially just for regular turnaround games that are only like 30-ish minutes long or so, because just limitations of time and distance and stuff. I mean, can it be done? Yes, absolutely. And can you build out super accurate bolt-action sniper rifles? Absolutely. But I think this also kind of lends into another misconception that we have listed toward the end, and it's that airsoft guns behave like real firearms. No.
Not even close. And this one thing I've always, and this is just an example I'll throw out there. Actually, before I do, guys, remember promo above my head right now for all our new reviewers that are just joining right now. Or if you guys need a little bit of a reminder, remember, this promo is actually going to be going away at the end of the stream. The stream is going to end at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so make sure that you guys take advantage right now while you can. We're going to be honoring this, so if you order yourself something like the Silver 20th Anniversary Mystery Box, instead of getting the the normal 10 entries like you normally would, which is still a banger deal, right? You're going to be getting 15, but only for the duration of this live stream today, right? So take advantage, and the prize list is absolutely banging. I'm talking Wolverine MTW, I'm talking Arcturus SP1, I'm talking 6 Hour MCX, right? KWA F90 Classic Army Mark 46, Elite Force MP5 Classic Army, Zion Arms, KWA, it's all there. Like, they're all there. You don't want to miss out, especially considering the lowest costing prize that you could win on this is $20 more expensive than the cost of the box, right? Don't miss out. Remember, place a pre-order for any of the MGC4 pre-order ones. Place a pre-order for an MGC4 and before the end of the stream as well, and you'll be getting 50 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. So hella worth it, right? Absolutely worth it, right? The Mark IIs are slated to arrive this Friday, right? So make sure that you place your orders now because they are coming in very, very fast. Look at that beautiful solid bronze. It's an absolute beauty, banger of an airsoft gun. What are your feelings on this bronze?
Honestly, I really like the way that this bronze turned out. It's not like the super dark chocolatey bronze, but it's not too close to flat dark earth either. This shade is actually really nice. I think the finish that we have on it is pretty fantastic as well. I do gotta say I really like it. I mean, I already liked the one that you liked with the bronze rail and the black receiver, but this all bronze one, Boaz and I are like, damn it.
It's kind of cool.
Damn it, it's hot. It is hot. So guys, if you want to secure yours right now, again, they're going to be landing this Friday. You can get 50 chances to win the $1,200 shopping spree giveaway tomorrow. So you got to hop on it while you can.
All right. And before I give my example and continue on to the next one, there was a few questions I did want to go over. Operator Jack, have you ever heard of a Matrix/Golden Eagle GBR M4 that is compatible with Tokyo Marui magazines? Lol. I just want to know if y'all have heard of this. I personally have not. Most of the Golden Eagle GBRs are going to be using the Western Arm system, which is a completely separate system from the TM. It's not compatible with their MWS. It's a completely different thing, unfortunately. I wish that was the case, right? I mean, I would like it very much if there was a an MWS clone out there that existed or something a little bit more affordable,
Well, I think there is, but from what I've heard, it's not worth it.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of work, I'm assuming, to get it even considered slightly competitive, right?
Yeah, that's definitely what I've heard. It's honestly not worth it. If you want to get an MWS platform, just go for the Gusto, get the original Tokyo Marui one, and you won't have any issues building it out if that's your goal.
No, 100%. Absolutely. This one comes from Jackson, looking for a loadout for $400 AEG DMR specifically. Now, there's a couple different options. I believe that they're going to be under $400. It depends on how you, spend the money. If you were solely dedicating it towards the gun only, honestly, it's hella worth it, the Classic Army M110.
Oh, yeah. Type that in real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, the Classic Army M110 is a solid steel. Has the ECS gearbox, so it can be programmed to semi-auto only 3-round burst, 5-round burst. Oh no, it's sold out. If only you guys hopped on it earlier. But another alternative to this is going to be the Golden Eagle SR25s. Those ones are the more modernized ones with the M-Lock rails, which are super sweet. There are full stock versions, crane stock versions that are relatively affordable, honestly.
This is going to be the most affordable one. It's on a sale right now, going for literally $234.60, right? So the money you save, right, for that $400 budget, the money that you save with this, right, you can use that towards getting any sort of accessories, maybe a nice little short dot, some type of magnified optic, maybe a bipod of some kind, or extra magazines, right? And at the end of the day, this is going to be version 2 compatible, right? So you can put version 2 upgrade parts into this, mostly. And you should be able to go ahead and build a pretty solid, DMR off of this platform. Makes it very, very easy to do so. Let's see. Oh, I think there was one. Okay, there's a few more. We'll answer a few more before we. Maxwell Joe Wise? Maxwell Joe Wise. Joe Wise, what's going on? Gas and battery aside, SMC9 or KWA Mod 1 for indoor and outdoor use. Similar price and mag size. What's your pick? Ooh.
That's a good one.
For me,
That's a good one.
the SMC9 is cool, right? But honestly, for me, I think I would just generally pick the Mod 1 for me. But again, that's just more of a convenience thing because it's aging. It's hard to separate, the gas and battery, because that's a huge part of it as well. I usually go for convenience, so that's what I'll typically stick with an AEG. But what about you?
I have the same thought process actually. So, you said with mag size, the SMC9 I believe has 50 round magazines versus the 80 round magazines for the KWA Mod 1. You said for indoor and outdoor use. The Mod 1 does have a leg up there because of the variable FPS system. It can be adjusted on the fly. You literally take the tool out, adjust it to the FPS that you need, and you're done. As to where the SMC9 is shooting around 380, 390 feet per second out of the box, and then you would need to buy the downgrade nozzle to get it shooting under 350, assuming that your indoor field has a 350 FPS limit. If not, then, good for you. Damn, 400 FPS CQB field is crazy. But for convenience sake, I think it is much easier to run an EEG than a gas gun. Again, just plugging in the battery, run it until it dies, and then plug in another battery, versus having to fill up the gas mags and then having to worry about if your seals are good, it leaking, a little bit more of the maintenance side on that. In terms of fun, I do think the SMC9 would be more fun.
I mean, that's like kind of a given, right, with any gas blowback. I always say gas blowbacks, whether you're going with a pistol or a rifle, gas blowbacks are always going to be the most fun you'll have playing airsoft, because it's the reason why I believe it's because it's the most realistic. It's the most one-to-one with an actual real firearm. Again, some exceptions, of course, right? Yeah. But it's the most similar to the experience.
Yep. I agree with that. I mean, with the SMC9, actually a lot of the gas systems from no, I'd say their pistols are they do have like their version of M9 and the 1911, but
their gas blowback pistols slap. Like G&G pistols are awesome.
Yeah, they're accurate and have great gas efficiency. But the SMC9, I don't think there is a real version of it. I think the closest thing would be like a Glock or a pistol in a carbine kit. That's like the closest thing that I could compare it to. But in terms of raw performance of accuracy and range, I think they're going to be quite on par with each other. Even though the SMC9 is gas powered, like it has AEG range, accuracy, and consistency. It's actually stupid.
Not only that, but because it's the KWA Mod 1's and AEG, it's going to be a lot easier to go ahead and install a unicorn type or inner barrel setup in there, right? Just putting that unicorn setup in there, and you're golden. Like, you ain't got to do shit afterwards. Absolutely. Next one's Hillbilly TV. What's going on, dude? Good to see you again. Lance Tactical AKs are around 150 whole setup. Their M4s are usually R200 and up. Why are AKs cheaper? Are they made worse? No, it could just be that the AK that you're looking at is really old, right? It could just be a really, really old model. Right, so most of the standard ARs, like the Gen 2 model lineup and the Gen 3s from Lance Tactical, are going to be a little bit more because they're more newer, right? They have some more updated internals. In fact, a lot of them will also come included with a battery and charger as well. But again, it's just a newer gun, so it is going to cost a little bit more than their older AKs. Technically speaking, if you want to get into it, you can actually find some, I guess, like slightly more expensive, and I would believe even, I don't want to say higher quality, but I'll say higher quality AKs as well with the Kalashnikov USA license AKs. Those are OEM by Lancer, right? And those are solid, right? Those are absolutely solid, and those usually start at the low 200.
So I do want to add on to a little bit of that because I do have a little bit more info. So those Lancer Tactical AKs that are going to be around $150, those are a different OEM than the Kalashnikov USA. Oh, yeah, right. So it's going to be using an older, like traditional version 3 gearbox. It won't have a quick chain spring system. It won't have a Type 4 inner barrel. And instead of polymer like the Kalashnikov USA AKs are, it's going to have ABS plastic. And for it to have its cost low, going for a cheaper ABS plastic instead of a more like reinforced polymer definitely helps keep the cost low. But again, like Lancer Tactical stopped manufacturing those a while ago. So anything that you see that's available, it's more than likely just their overstock of what's been sitting. Not saying that they're bad, but it's not as up to date like Isaiah said. But also things that come equipped with it, like it may come with a battery and charger, but it would be like an 8.4 volt battery and a basic charger. It'll get the gun shooting, but will it help it be competitive? Not so much. The trigger response and rate of fire will be relatively low, and by relatively I mean like low. But I mean they are still like fully like upgradable airsoft guns that you can't swap out the plastic receiver for like a full metal receiver or things like that, and upgrade it along the way, especially if you are on a more affordable budget, like you're looking at like the $150 range like budget. Like that's definitely an option for you out there, and you can grow with it. However, externally, body wise, it won't have the reliability as the newer AKs that they have available, or even the newer M4s. Again, just ABS plastic. Those are the receivers that we talk about that are like super fragile, that we recommend you guys staying away from. I can't in good consciousness recommend that $150 AK to you, but if your goal is to build it along the way, you are planning on being more gentle with it, and still just want to get competitive at a low price, you know, you can go for it, right? It's definitely up to you, but
I mean, another alternative too to that as well, like if you do plan on like building it out too, like, hey, you can change out the receiver too. As long as you get one that's compatible for it, you know, for a standard version 3 gearbox, absolutely. You know, you should be able to go ahead and just swap out the receiver for full metal one, and you're just chilling right there, right? What? You look like a child. You look like a child that's like, Mom, I want to go. All right, we'll go ahead and answer a few more, and then we'll get right back into it. Recommendations for a full stocked tri-shot shotgun. Love you guys. What's going on, ACM? Good to see you again. A full stocked tri-shot shotgun.
Full stock, yeah.
Yeah, full stocks. I think I don't know if he's referring to like gas shotguns or spring. I'm gonna assume maybe spring potentially. Maybe like we'll do 1 and 1.
Yeah, go for it.
We'll do 1 and 1. All right, I'll do gas first.
So we're gonna look up the gas one. I already know which one he's gonna pull up. Actually, it might be one of two. It's either the Golden Eagle M870 gas shotgun or the Jaguar scattergun. Honestly, I think the Golden Eagle ones are a little bit more affordable. Oh yeah, no. Pull up the Gucci ones with the nice stock and handguard. Yeah. I mean, even the cheaper one is $184. Not bad. Oh yeah, that one's super clean, looking good. M-Lock handguard. You know what I'm saying?
Picture that you try to blow up isn't that much bigger.
I know. I know. I hate that. But yeah, like it's definitely, this is definitely a platform. I have heard some people say that they wish that this was using the Marui tank system instead of the stock being the actual gas reservoir, like the TM or Jag-Arms style gas guns. They have a removable gas tank that you could swap out so you can carry extras on the fly instead of having to fill it on the field, right? But these are absolutely solid. These can be changed from 3-round burst to 6-round burst, and I do believe these are actually Marui compatible. I don't know how the stock is designed. Honestly, it's pretty sweet. I really want one, but honestly, I would say this is the one you want. But there are spring-powered shotguns as well. Those ones are going to be more affordable. Typically, tri-shot spring shotguns are around the $50 to $70 range. I can't think of one that has a full stock off the top of my head.
There is one. Give me a second. I'm gonna find it right now. There actually is one that we do sell. Oh, no, not that side. There we go. Well,
That's not a full stock.
we had a full stock version of this.
Actually, you know what? I do. So, like the double eagle tri-shot shotguns, there is like the Benelli M4 version with a full stock on there. That one is around the $70 price point. But that one's long. That one is super long. Yeah, we might be sold out of that one as well. But I mean, even if you go for like the collapsible stock ones, they're pretty solid. Like no issues with running that as well. Again, $65, hard to beat.
Even cheaper with coupon code 20th.
That's right, and that's over $50. That'll get you 5 chances to win tomorrow's $1,200 shopping spree giveaway. Hello. Speaking of the shopping spree giveaway, guys, have you entered yet? Have you? Have you? I bet you haven't.
It only takes a $20 order to be entered. Remember the promo above our heads right now. Every $50 that you spend will be getting you 5 entries into the Shopping Spree giveaway. So make sure that you are on top of it. Again, if you want to go out and get the best bang for your buck, order yourself the Silver 20th Anniversary Mystery Box version 2, only going for $155. And remember, you get this insane prize. You're guaranteed to win something off this list. Guaranteed to win something off this list. You're not going to be getting anything else other than what's on this list. And the lowest costing item that you could possibly receive is already going to be $20 more expensive than the actual cost of the box itself. But now you'll be getting 15 entries, but only for the duration of this live stream. So don't miss out. You have till 5 o'clock. You have less than an hour to go and place your orders and be entered. And again, we still have a ton of other stuff. We have some new products, new combos that are available, right? If you want to place a pre-order for the Elite Force Limited Edition Glock 19, that's an option as well. Actually, one of the questions I did see about this was, do we know the pre-order ETA for this? I personally do not. Do you know?
I don't know the exact ETA. It did get pushed back a little bit. Again, my most current knowledge is that Elite Force just received the shipment of them, and they're running a QC check on it. I don't know how long that'll take, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll get them in and start shipping them out.
Not only that, but right now, only for the... moved around a little bit. Little floppy there. That's what she said. Every pre-order made for an MGC4, it has to be a pre-order. Right now during this stream, you'll be getting 50 chances of winning tomorrow's Shopping Spree giveaway. Guys, if you guys didn't realize, it's $1,200 which you guys can win. So don't miss out. Don't waste the opportunities that have been given to you guys. We do this for you because we want you guys to have multiple chances of winning tomorrow's giveaway. We want everyone to have a shot at winning. So don't miss the opportunities that are handed to you. Now, let's go back to the topics that we had at hand. All right, and it was going to be Airsoft, another misconception that you had brought up, and it kind of plays into the first one we were talking about. Airsoft guns behave like real firearms. Now, I was going to give an example for you guys, and tell me if you've heard this. I know a lot of you older guys probably have, where it's like, oh yeah, this is an AK, right? It's an AK, even though it's an AG. This can take a beating, right? You can throw this in the mud, you can soak this in water, and 100% it'll continue firing, right? There's not going to be any sort of issues. It won't jam because it's an AK. I wish that was the case. I strongly wish that was the case, but airsoft guns, a little bit different than a real firearm, I'd say.
A lot different, honestly. Yeah, I have heard that before. Granted, the receiver itself might be solid, especially with offerings nowadays from LCT, ENL, Arcturus. Like, there are solid, super durable, externally built airsoft guns in terms of AK specifically, but internally, it is much, much different, it is vastly different, my friend. Yeah, well, in terms of even reliability, even higher end M4s, I wouldn't put it on par with, even a more affordable, real AAR, right? They're just vastly different, for many reasons. But also, in terms of behave like real firearms is the accuracy. You're going to get the same type of consistency in terms of accuracy and range. If not, you're going to get the same type of grouping pattern, just shrunken down. That is definitely a no as well. With real firearms, it's basically you're throwing a football. You're throwing a football, basically, right? And it's only getting shot and slowly coming down as it's losing velocity, as the range is traveling, yada, 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 so on and so forth. Versus airsoft, there's something called hop up. For those of you guys that don't know, which I'm fairly sure most of you guys do, but for those of you guys that don't, hop up applies a backspin toward basically a tiny marble, a ball bearing. I think that's what BB actually stands for, ball bearing or ball bullet. I forget from back in the day. But yeah, it's a sphere. It's not like a cylinder-esque shape, right? So in order to create lift and increase range for it, especially with its low velocity and low weight, it has a backspin to help create lift for it, which will increase your effective range. Yeah, just the sciences between real firearms and airsoft in terms of the traveling of the bullet slash BB is completely different. There's a little bit, I would say a little bit more science that goes into the airsoft hop-up unit than there is the bullet flying through the air, right? I mean, basically explosion, fly. versus airsoft nozzle, BB pushes through the chamber, makes contact with hop up rubber, applies backspin, goes to the barrel, bounces a couple times, exits, spin, curves upward, then downward, falls. There's a little bit more. What I'm saying? I'm being dramatic, but it's true.
No, there's. I feel like that's another like also like I guess side effect, unfortunately, of like not just like if they don't even have real firearms experience, but their experience to real firearms would have then that be of video games. They assume that the stats are going to be the exact same, right? It's going to transfer over, and it's just like it's not really like that. Like at the end of the day, like I'm not saying that it's not like it can't be, but like as is right now, I definitely would not say that like airsoft guns are like guns are like accurately represented by video games, especially not airsoft guns, right? Like I feel like that's the best way to go ahead and describe it. But again, I would say like if there's any sort of airsoft guns you guys were interested in, thankfully we have YouTube. We have plenty of sources in which you can do your own research as well, right? If you have questions about it, right, and you don't want to do your own research, I mean, granted, we would still encourage you to do so, but you can also ask us as well, right? Like, I mean, that's what we have, a custom Shoreman Lounge. We have people that come in with these misconceptions. We got to let them know, like, unfortunately, it's not really like that. It's actually more like this. It's more like this, more like this. We'll explain the science of a hop-up. We'll explain why it's not going to behave exactly like a real AR. That's another thing, too, is that, like, they'll shoot it, like, specifically when it comes to how it behaves. They'll shoot it, and they don't realize that hop-up is an actual thing. They're like, it's like, it's all curvy. It's not going, absolutely straight. It's like, I mean, to an extent, even real firearms don't shoot, like, perfectly straight either. Like, there is a limitation.
Oh, yeah, sure. Like, it's, I mean, both have complicated sciences behind it. Both of them. And, with each gun, each setup, each system, there's going to be somewhat of a different sides that you're going to want to lean more toward in terms of real firearms and airsoft. For instance, with like HPA or gas blowback rifles or gas rifles in general, a really popular like system people wanted to build around back in the day were wide bore barrels. So instead of going tight bore, like if saying 6.06 millimeter diameter of an inner barrel is standard, any less than that is going for a tight bore. The old methodology for like high volume airsoft guns, high air volume airsoft guns, was to go wide bore. That would increase the diameter to like 6.13 or 6.23, something like extremely wide. And it's not even like a circular shape. I from what I understood, a lot of those wide bore barrels were more oval shaped. And the way that the BB traveled through the barrel was different as well. Typically, the BB will bounce inside the inner barrel every so often per length or whatever. But I believe what I was explained was with wide bore barrels, because the oval shape, the BB would kind of ride along the top of the barrel, and because it's an oval shape, air would escape from the sides and kind of create a pocket of air for the BB to like fly through or travel within, and it helps carry it further. That's a whole other science that's kind of been forgotten about nowadays in airsoft. It's just, there's so many different things, but what really irks me about that is when a real gun guy gets like a gas blowback like 1911 or Glock, and they're like, "Oh man, this isn't sub MOA," like really, just like really like nitpicky about it. And we're like, sir, yes, it's a completely different thing. It's a completely different science. They function. The mechanics of the actual airsoft gun may function 1-to-1 of the real firearm, but in terms of airsoft, it's definitely different for the accuracy and its way of propelling or sending the BB.
No, absolutely, and I've had that experience too. It's funny. I had a few guys one time tell me when they were like, shooting at their like, because they said like, yeah, like they went in with their friends that play Airsoft, and they were trying to act all cool, like, no, I do the real stuff, and I was like, all right, guy, all right, man, all right. Right, and it's always funny too. You can always pick out the type too that always comes in, the tryhards, the tactical tryhards, right? And it's like, okay, bro, or I think motherfucker thinks he's like a former Navy SEAL or some shit. It's like, that's fucking hilarious, right?
No service of any kind.
With literally no service of any kind, right? Yeah. Or if he did, he was a pog, right? I mean, it's true though. It's true though. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what pog, right? Person other than grunt, right? But anyway, right? He comes in trying to act all hard and shit, right? He's like, I just don't understand. Airsoft's not that great of a training tool. You're better off just going on in the range. And I'm like, oh, so shooting at paper targets that don't shoot back at you is a realistic training tool. I don't.
That's actually a whole other misconception as well. Airsoft isn't a good training tool. Now, there are many people who are on both sides of this misconception, especially a lot of real gun guys. But I do think most of the misconceptions have been disproven by the real gun YouTubers out there that have shown how Airsoft can be an effective training tool. We have T-Rex Arms Lucas, we have Garantham, Administrative Results. So many of these guys who have not only shown like, hey, I use Airsoft to train, but have also played events, even like Haley, Strategic Travis Haley, and all those boys.
Dude, Travis Haley, like, he'll literally go out, like, I think he does like company games, right? If I remember correctly, like he'll just bring he'll bring his son, right? They'll like his family will come out. He'll bring like coworkers, and they'll all just play Airsoft. They'll play like CQB.
Yeah, no, actually, when Boaz and I went on our road trip, VIP Airsoft is the field that they like rent out, and honestly, it's super dope. Shout out to the boys at VIP. Oh, dude, it's sick. We next road trip, we got to work you in, but yeah, no, it's proven to be a good training tool, but I think vice versa for using Airsoft to train for real firearms is definitely like been proven as well, especially with, I know most of you guys have seen it, the video that T-Rex Arms did with Liku from Japan. Shout out to my boy. Where he had no firearms experience, only Airsoft like training, right?
Dry fire practice.
Yeah, dry fire practice. Like, you go onto his Instagram page. I do believe he has a YouTube page and stuff as well. But you go onto his pages and you see him doing these drills that you would do with real firearms. And then in the video, when he first got his hands on the real firearm, it was a matter of him learning how to manage recoil, but the fundamentals were all the same. Like, even the real gun guys were like, when he did a tap rack bang, they were like, damn, this motherfucker's good.
Like, they timed him. He did like actual drills. Again, the video's there for you guys to watch. They did a whole ass like, running all these different drills with him, and they timed him. Yes, the first couple times he did it, he had to get used to the recoil that he was being presented with. He's like, oh, okay, he had to adjust to it. But as he kept going, his times just kept getting better and better and better. It got to the point where he was out shooting most guys, that have been only doing like range, drills for like most of their experience, right? And this guy, again, had never fired a real gun before, and this is his first time actually doing it. And just for him to be able to have legit competitive times was absolutely insane.
Yeah, which, just in terms of a range shooting scenario, like it has been proven. But then like it like everything that's available online now for real gun like guys shooting Airsoft for training, like it's been proven on both sides how actually playing Airsoft can get into the actual mechanics of maneuvering with your firearm, aiming down sights, control your breathing, all the muscle mechanics, all of that nonsense, and then actually just like weapon manipulation between Airsoft to real firearms translates. Now, I do know, I forget my boy from Warrior Poet Society.
Oh, yeah,
He did a video talking about how if a real gun guy uses Airsoft to train and they go play kind of frequently in an Airsoft, they lose somewhat of respect for the firearm. So then they get a little bit more sloppy. They're going to do maneuvers that that they wouldn't normally do in like a real gunfight, where an enemy shooting at you, but you want to gain ground. Like definitely a lot of us in airsoft have made that maneuver where like under fire we're going to move forward, and if we get shot we get shot. Like I definitely understand that, but I think that comes down to how you are treating it mentally. Because for me, whenever I play airsoft, I know I could take those gambles. I know I could take those risks and get away scot-free. In a real firearms scenario, like if I am fighting for my life in a gunfight, I'm not going to take the risk that I would. I would wait for a lull in the gunfight, or I'd find a way to maneuver around to get a tactical advantage in the situation.
And not only that, like that's a good one too, right? Like in terms of like it does take away a little bit of that fear. I won't say respect to the gun, because you definitely can still respect it, but it definitely takes away a little bit of the fear that you would normally have. Now, I can argue that there's a counterpoint to that, you know what I mean? Where it's like, not that it's not valid, but it's like the same thing, right? Just relying on one form of training is a bad idea no matter what you're doing, right? Real firearms only relying on target shooting, right, is a terrible idea, right? You're not getting any cardio in, you're not practicing communication, you're not practicing movement, right? You're not practicing these like other mechanics that you would otherwise use in an airsoft field, right? But there is another thing that I will say that is kind of bad about airsoft. It's also the fact that the ballistics don't translate very well. Now, what I mean by that, right? Where it's like, most of the time, let's be real, when we're playing airsoft, it's fucking plywood. It's plywood barriers, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we're hiding behind tires, or we're hiding behind like junked cars. In reality, while it might provide us cover for airsoft BBs, have an actual like round go through. Like, yeah, it's gonna go right through. It's gonna punch right through it, right? Especially if you know the enemy's like right there. It's like, hey, this material is very thin. I could just shoot through this material. I could just shoot through it and kill him, right? Like, like in reality, if I know that someone's there and it's not a friendly, like I can confirm, like there is no way a friendly is in this next building, right? I could just shoot it.
Oh no, deadass. Yeah, like I know in like my own house, like I know exactly where I need to aim through a wall or through a door, where I know like an enemy would be. That's just thought, like putting thought into like home defense, the whole other topic. But yeah, absolutely, that is definitely something that isn't considered as well. I mean, how often are you going to be in such a intricate gunfight like that, right? In like the most like dynamic scenario for like a modern person in our society to be in a gunfight would be, I got home during a home invasion. Like they're already in the house, and then you're going to be entering through the house. Hell, I wouldn't even enter the house. I'd call the cops. I'd call the cops. Yeah, why would you take that risk and go in there? Unless like your family's in there and they tell, hey, they're inside the house, like they're coming up the stairs. Like that's different. Protect yours. But if it's like physical objects like TVs, electronics and shit, let them take it. You have insurance, whatever. Let them take it. Don't put your life at risk.
No, man, that PS5, man. Nah, man, they gotta take the PS5 from my cold dead hands. Oh my I don't even own a PS5. I'm too broke.
Clown. But no, yeah, that's a whole other thing. Like that goes into more methodology of training and stuff. But in terms of actually using airsoft as a training tool, absolutely you can. But expecting the same performance out of your airsoft gun compared to your real firearm, no. It's just unfortunately not going to happen.
It's never going to happen. It's just not, right?
That'd
be sick. That'd be amazing.
Absolutely. Oh, I'd be all about it if someone could come out with the technology or something. By all means, I'm on it.
Watch, in like 20 years from now, gas blowback technology is going to get so fucking insane. It's going to be so good. It might actually get to like I'm willing to bet it might be a little bit closer to that of a real firearm. I mean, look at the MWS, right? When paired with the unicorn inner barrel, right?
Solid. Oh no, yeah. There are definitely upgrades that you can do to increase your range and accuracy as well, which we even talked about in the first segment. We'll get into that a little bit later, but we'll get into questions right now. I do want to remind you guys that we do got promos going on during this live stream only. During running while we are live. Guys, every $50 orders or every increment of $50 spent at airsoftgi.com will get you 5 chances to win tomorrow's $1,200 shopping spree giveaway. Did you hear that? Every $50 spent. So if you spend $100, that's 10 chances. $150, 15 chances. And you can get the silver 20th anniversary mystery box, and I will honor that promo during this live stream only, okay? It's only $155, loaded with so many amazing prizes. I personally built this gun list. I personally built this prize list. Every airsoft gun retails more than the box itself. The lowest retailing price is the Arcturus Mark 1 CQBs. Those retail for $175. It's already a $20 winnings. But guys, here's a tip for you. If you get additional things in your cart with the mystery box, get it up to $179. You will get automatic free shipping. So you're saving even more money. Okay, you got to hop on it right now. And if you pick up or pre-order one of the MGC4 models, especially the MGC4 Mark II, the pre-order only, you will get 50 chances to win tomorrow's $1,200 shopping spree giveaway. And again, guys, the Mark IIs in all the colors, especially the newer color platforms or like colorways, those are all going to be arriving. They're landing this Friday, okay? So you can secure the black and red one, the black and gold, the all bronze one. God damn, that look good. It looked good. The red accent one is pretty hot. You can secure yours right now. Make sure that you get one of these limited quantity pieces, because especially with these different colorways, they are limited in quantity. You can secure yours, get 50 chances to win the $1,200 shopping spree. I'm just saying, you're getting your airsoft gun, and if you win the shopping spree, you basically got the gun for free, and you have $1,200 more to spend. Okay, hop on it while you can right now at airsoftgi.com. Now, Isaiah, let's get into some of these questions.
All right, the first one caught my attention immediately. Bluetooth Tony, what's going on, Bluetooth Tony? Does a Polar Star engine gearbox fit in the Golden Eagle OEM 240? It's advertised to drop in Echo 1s and other M240 variants. I expect modding regardless. Unique gun, I know, but hard to find info. No, absolutely. The Polar Star fusion engine for 240s should drop into the Echo 1, to the Lancer Tactical, because they're all basically OEM from the same manufacturer, so they all should fit in there. I haven't heard of any sort of major modification or modification of any kind being required to install into the 240, but if there is, it might just be very minimal. I don't believe that there ever really was, to be honest, for most people that I know of.
Yeah, what Isaiah said, I trust him because he's trying to do a fusion engine build in his 240, but yeah, what I've seen of people who have built the Polar Star out of the M240, I haven't heard of any major modifications that they've had to do. Maybe slight fitment here and there, just making sure everything's secured properly, but I don't think you have to like gut anything out like majorly.
No, yeah, absolutely. All right, next one. I damaged my MGC4 gears and I'm switching up ETUs to a Perrin. Do you sell a cutoff lever screw that fits? Thanks.
Carson, thank you for that. With a Perun, are you getting a Perun hybrid? If you're switching an ETU, electronic trigger unit, you won't need a cutoff lever. It'll have active braking, and the Perun hybrid or even like the Gate Titan or Gate Aster will cover up the port for the cutoff lever, so you won't even be able to install it. So you honestly don't need it. But if you are getting a different MOSFET where you still need the cutoff lever, a standard version 2 cutoff lever will work. I do believe we have some from Lonex, Sistema, Modify. You just got to make sure it's for a version 2 gearbox, and you're good to go.
Another question I saw was, well, not so much a question, but, well, actually, it is a question. Now, what am I talking about? That was a lie. I straight up lied. So what's with the pre-order MGC4s? I thought they were out already.
Pre-order for the MGC4. So, they were. We did arrive, or they did arrive earlier this year, but we sold out.
That's how popular they were. They sold out. That's how quick it took.
Yeah, and originally it was just gonna be a one and done type of thing, just like we did with the original MGC4 Mark 1. But due to popular demand, a lot of you guys wanted it back, so we aim to please. A lot of you guys did miss out on the first wave. We only had X amount of units come in the first wave. So we ordered more, especially in the different colorways that a lot of you guys really wanted to see. So now they are coming back. And I'm just saying they're almost here, especially the Mark IIs. The different colorways again are limited in quantity, much more limited in quantity than the black and then the black with the bronze rail. So if you are interested in the black and gold, black and red, or all bronze, secure it right now because once they sell out, I'm not sure if we're going to be ordering more of those specific colorways. Possible, but no guarantee.
Absolutely, absolutely. This next one is from Zach Harmon. Hi, noob here, looking to get my first gun ever, so I sold my four-wheeler earlier today, and want to know a little more about the big premium box, and if it would be worth it for a first gun. Now, I'm going to say yes, it is, right? And here's why. Whenever you place an order for, well, pretty much anything, right? But especially when it comes to the mystery boxes, right? There is a notes comment section, right, that you can put in whenever you place the order itself, and we look at those notes, right? Especially with the YouTube unboxing mystery boxes, we really do ask that customers put in the notes comment section, or if not, DM us directly once you place your order for it with the order number, and let us know what you're looking for, right? That your story is exactly what we want to hear, right? Like, hey, I'm a first-time player, right? I've never owned an airsoft gun before, or I'm looking to get into this. I want something really nice. Right? Now, what's cool about the premium Bigger Wins Unboxing Mystery Box is that you are guaranteed a higher retail value than what you actually pay for. The box retails right now for $289.98. However, you are guaranteed, again, I don't want to stress this enough right here, guaranteed $310 minimum retail value or higher, right? So let's say that you want to get your first airsoft gun. Yeah, we can get you a solid base gun if you wanted to, right? And then give you all the accessories you could ever want for it, right? And maybe even some tactical gear, right? If it's within the budget, right? It really depends on what it is that you're looking for. Do you want to spend it all on the gun? Were you looking for some tactical gear? Maybe a little bit of both, right? Ultimately depends on what you put down as your request. And again, it's never a guarantee, right? If you say like, I want 10 micro guns, obviously, that's going to be not within the budget. However, give us a little bit of something to work with. Yeah, we can play around with that budget. We can definitely make dreams come true with this, man. But that is an excellent question. But to answer your question, is it worth it? I'd say yeah. Anything you want to add?
Isaiah's pretty much covered it. With the YouTube unboxing mystery boxes, we actually do have a video explaining how these work. If you want to go onto your YouTube channel, make sure you watch that video so you get more details about it on the, again, just the fundamentals of how these mystery boxes work. But essentially, you place the order, put what you wish for in the note section of the order, and I might be able to grant your wish. I build every single one of these mystery boxes, and I read all of the notes.
If he doesn't, I do. And it's the same thing. It's the same protocol. We have to look at the notes, which is why it's always important for you guys to fill out the notes section or DM us if you don't. But again, just have to communication with us somehow with your order number before we ship it out. That's the key thing. Once it ships out, I'm be real. There's not much we can do at that point.
So, yeah, we do take your notes into consideration depending on the budget that you're granted in your mystery box. Sometimes we can give you exactly what you wish for. If not, we give you what we consider a comparable item. Again, anything available from Airsoft GI, you can win in the YouTube unboxing mystery box. Obviously, going for one of the more expensive mystery boxes like the premium bigger wins, you're guaranteed a higher retail value. So you can at least expect the retail value that the box itself guarantees, right? The premium bigger wins mystery box guarantees $310 retail value. Now, in your notes section, if you say, hey, I want to use this mystery box to get like a decent airsoft gun to get started and a whole bunch of tactical gear that I'm going to need on the field, that's dope. I can find an airsoft gun for you and gear and like mags and extra stuff for you to help fill like what you're trying to do. But if you want to put the whole budget into the airsoft gun, I can easily do that as well. Be like, hey, I want something nice, Gucci, that I'm not going to have to worry about. You could put that in the notes section of your order, and that helps me out. The more info that you give me, or Isaiah, whatever you put in the note section, the more it helps us out in really catering the box for you. Because if you just say M4, please, like, okay, like I have thousands to work with, right? But like, hey, I've had plenty of these mystery boxes that I've built where it's like, hey, I just want all of this to go toward tactical gear, and I'm like, bet, I got you, and I build a Gucci loadout for them. Especially like if you're looking for like gear, put your size large shirt, size, like I'm a a 28 waist.
None of this small, medium, large when it comes to pants, by the way. If you let us know what your actual waist size is, please and thank you.
Yeah, I know. Like the more info you give us, the more ammo it is for us to help again cater the box toward you specifically. But in terms of it being what you get for your first airsoft gun, I mean, you get in a box, you're getting your airsoft gun and gear catered by the boys. You know what I'm saying? Catered by us. I think whatever you get in the box is going to be highly recommended. I'm just saying.
Another question we had is from Manny Max is asking, do Airsoft G28 rifles exist? Yes, they do exist. They're not as common because they are incredibly expensive, but they do exist. They are a thing. They are a thing. Moving on up. Let's see. I know there was another question.
Are they for sale? Yeah, that's a whole other question.
Oh, that's a whole other question. Do y'all think it's possible to modify a Western Arms M4 GBB to use Double Eagle or Toki Marui magazines? I mean, I'm going to say what our old head tech Taylor used to say back in the day. If there's a will, there's a way.
I knew that's what you were about to say.
I mean, hey.
I hate how he says that.
I mean, it's true, though. Like, again, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, someone was able to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay. Here's the thing. Let me clarify on top of it.
Well, I don't know.
Let me clarify something. My boy Taylor, he's a god level tech. He's a mechanic at heart, and his machining skills are crazy. He has the knowledge, the know-how, and the special ability to find a way to make it work. Is it possible? I'm fairly sure there is a way. Is it worth it? Probably not. Here's the thing. The way that the nozzles, the hop-up unit, the magazines, the trigger system is designed between both models are completely different. They're absolutely completely different. If you want to convert a Western Arms style gun into Toki Marui, the four things that come to mind are going to be the hop-up unit, the bolt assembly, the trigger assembly with like the nozzle like hammer knocker, and obviously the magazine. Getting each of those individual parts to fit and cycle and function properly inside a system that isn't made for it is the biggest hurdle of all. Obviously, like if it doesn't fit, doesn't work right, you're going to need to modify either the receiver or the part itself. And after the modification, is it guaranteed to work? Probably not. Like there is a possibility, but I would say it is definitely, if this is like a passion project and you're trying to figure it out and you just want to do it, you know, the more information that we have out there, it only helps the rest of us in airsoft. But there are very few people that are actually willing to try and take that type of experiment, especially if you don't have the machinery or the tools to be able to finally modify some of these parts. I'm not trying to discourage you, but I do want to prepare you for if you do attempt this, it is going to be a very, very big headache and a very long project that could lead into the destruction of essentially two airsoft guns, right? Or one airsoft gun with a bunch of parts. I just want you to know that could be the end result. That even after all the modifications, everything that you've tried to do, it could still not work. So keep that in mind. Is there a method to do it currently? I haven't heard of one.
Let us know. I'm curious.
Yeah,
I would love to see video of this.
Absolutely.
Put that on our Discord.
If that's possible, honestly, I'd build them here. I'd build them as customs for GI. I'm just saying.
Another one that I saw, this was really the last one before we get into the new topic, because this actually goes along with what we were talking about right now. Antonio Perez. Hi, how do you adjust a hop-up? I new to Airsoft, have an M4. We cannot grab... Oh, wait, no. Okay, he'll demonstrate it for you. It's very simple. Don't worry, Antonio. That's a very common question among newer players. We got you. I got you. Cisco's coming back with an inner barrel right now on a hop-up. I don't think there's a clear one, but we'll just show him how to do it. We'll just show him, like, a normal one. Okay, so Cisco had...
Normal one or a rotary one?
Let's do rotary.
Okay, rotary.
All right, so what I have in my hands right now is your standard, like, M4 hop-up, like, assembly, right? It's going to be very, very easy to work with, right? Very, very simple. This is a rotary style. There could be some other styles, like a dial.
Before we get to this question, the boss man is calling in. Yes, sir.
Did you someone asked if they can modify the Western Arm
Yeah, we just answered that.
GBBR to Tokumori NWS.
Yeah, we just answered that one.
So, yes, you can.
How?
Okay, how? $600 done. Just buy the NWS.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Ha ha.
The internal size, even the spec of the receiver are totally different.
Yeah, that's what I told him. That's what we said.
So yes. So again, $600 you get yourself NWS and Western Arms. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, we got it.
So there's certain things you just can't do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like a real gun. I mean, I'm not sure if you can fit like a M1 Abrams internal onto an F-16 fighter jet. You know what I mean? It doesn't really work.
Yeah, we got it.
Well, actually, I'm kidding.
Shut up. Yeah. No, yeah, we explained it to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch now that we said that. Watch, someone's gonna pull a link in the Discord, like how I fit this M1 Abrams inside this F-16.
As a matter of fact.
Right.
But okay. Going into the hop-up unit. So the you'll see, especially for M4s, there are actually here. I'll blow up the screen really quick, so you could see it better. I want you to be able to see everything. So there are two hop-up units that you will see in Airsoft M4s. There's the rotary style hop-up unit here, and then there is the dial style. Actually, I should swap it that way. The dial style hop-up unit here. So if you have this style of hop-up unit, this wheel right here is what will turn the hop-up arm. So the hop-up arm is located at the top, and that will push down into the hop-up window. Actually, luckily, I have an inner barrel here. This is a hop-up window. The arm will push onto the bucking and push into this hop-up window here.
This is the bucking, too, so you can see what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
It fits on top of the inner barrel itself. Now, whenever you adjust it, there is a little rubber nub. There you go. There's a little rubber nub that applies downward force onto the bucking itself. So that way, it bends down a little bit, right? So that way, you can apply backspin to your BB. That's basically how the fundamentals of how an Airsoft inner barrel hop-up works.
Yeah. So when you are twisting the wheel or adjusting it, you're just adjusting how much pressure or how deep the hop-up arm is getting pushed into the barrel. The more that it's pushing in, the larger surface area you get, the more backspin. But that's essentially what it does. If you have a rotary style hop-up unit, instead of having the wheel on the side, you literally just turn this wheel here sideways. So if you're looking this way, this whole wheel rotates here. So that's how you adjust the hop-up. And again, with that, play around with the weight BB that you have to try to get the flattest trajectory with a little bit of lift at the end. That's how Tokumori says that you should do it.
There you go. Very, very simple. And again, if we were going too fast, there's plenty of YouTube videos on how to do it. Even we have a video on how to adjust hop-up. It's very simple. It's a very easy thing to do, but it makes the world of difference. But, we were talking about getting stuff to be compatible with each other. I think we'll end the last topic for today on another misconception that I've heard. And I know you've heard it. This has caused a little bit of issue within the airsoft industry, right? Unfortunately. But it is something that we have to address, right? Being able to turn gas blowback rifles, specifically rifles, into real firearms. Now, what do we mean by that? We mean literally taking a gas blowback airsoft gun, right? Whether it be like an AR, an AK, being able to change enough parts on it so that way it can function just like a real, or function as a real firearm, and it can shoot actual rounds, whatever it's intended for. This is not true. This cannot be done.
No, it cannot be done. Now, there are stories floating around, especially from years, maybe even decades ago.
Before we even started
Yeah, or even toward like the beginning of when I started playing, of like someone who was able to get a real, or like get an airsoft gun a gas blowback airsoft gun specifically to fire a real round. Supposedly, it fired one shot and the gun exploded. I have never seen an article of news or report, some type of documentation of this actually being a fact. I from what I've seen, or what I have not seen, I have not seen anybody.
Due to the lack of evidence.
Yeah, due to the lack of evidence, I cannot confirm that to be true. But this did cause a lot of problems. I would say early 2010s, maybe even late 2000s, for airsoft retailers who were importing gas blowback airsoft guns, because I know there are a couple of instances, news reports where like packages, shipments of these gas blowback airsoft guns got seized because like they were claimed to be making real firearms, or they could be converted into real firearms or whatever. But the pure, like, I think this was during a time where airsoft wasn't, especially specifically gas blowback guns, weren't being looked into as they are now. Nowadays, like, if you want to get a gas blowback platform imported into the United States, I do believe it has to go through an ETF inspection. It needs to be submitted. It needs to like have a functional, like, ready, like, to go model, like one that would be sold, and it needs to go through the testing to make sure that it cannot be converted in any way, shape, or form to fire a real round, even if it's just one round, right? So, which is why we don't see a lot of gas blowback platforms coming into the United States regularly in, like, airsoft shops. You can get them overseas, but there is the possibility, especially if the customs agent that happens to inspect your package looks at it, knows what it is, but like, hey, no, and then it could get seized. You could be out of like $600 or something, whatever you spent on the gun. And even just the way that all of them are built, like for KWA, for instance, they worked hand in hand with the ETF when they made the LM4 originally. So everything is a different spec. The body pins, the placement of the trigger assembly, the shape of everything. Some of it may be like mil spec, like the buffer tube or something like that, but outside of that, like, everything else, even the shape of the mag well is different. The magazine release is placed differently. Like, all these finer details to make sure that it cannot be converted. Most airsoft manufacturers nowadays are following that type of rhetoric. And anything that quote unquote is possible to convert, hearsay, it's not allowed in the United States. That's just the way it is. Like, again, I haven't seen it. I've only heard rumors. I haven't seen any pure documentation of one that was actually been able to be, like, done, fires. Like, I have not seen that ever.
Gnarls is actually saying he remembers the news articles from, like, 2008 specifically.
Yeah. See, so it was a long time ago, bro. Like, I forget where the shop was, but they had, like, I don't want to say the brand. I don't want to say the brand name, but it was like a pallet, maybe a couple pallets worth of these gas blowback guns that got seized. And, like, the owner went on the news and was like, this is my livelihood. Like, I run this shop. Like, and like, yes, it is messed up. It is definitely a messed up situation. And the lack of knowledge from, I don't even know if it was in the United States or not. It might not have been even in the United States, but just a lack of knowledge just really kind of drove that point home, which is why now we do have these regulations and things for importing stuff to make sure that, stuff like that, we're not putting, like, people aren't getting put out of their own money or their own livelihood, right?
There you go. Whole lot of nuance to that one. But actually, you know what? I think we actually do have time for another misconception, actually. But before we do, I want to answer, like, a few more questions, because I did see that there was a few more. Rango is asking, AAP01 or AAP01C? Now, I like both, and I think it's cool that the AAP01 has such a massive, like, support in the aftermarket, right? There's so much kits that exist for it, so many parts. But I think I kind of like the look of the AAP01C, the compact, just because it's a little funky, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little funny. Cisco's pulling it up right now. Let's see. AP. I believe it's just, yeah, I'm sure I'm sure it'll show up, right? Like, I like the AAP01, but the C just kind of looks funny to me. You know what I mean? There's the C.
There's the not C.
The Nazi?
Okay, stop it.
All right.
That's how we get banned. Okay, so same, but different. The main difference between the two is literally just the barrel assembly. Like the whole upper receiver set is the same. The barrel assembly, the outer barrel and inner barrel are just longer or shorter, vice versa. They both have the same parts compatibility across the board. Like it's literally the same. The trigger, the blowback housing, the nozzles.
All sounded like there for a second. It's like every person that watches like media of some kind of like, oh my god, we're literally the same. He is literally me. You know what I'm talking about?
I hate that so much. But yeah, no. In all seriousness, it has the same compatibility in terms of parts. The hop-up unit's the same. The bucking's the same. Tokyo Marui spec bucking. It accepts Tokyo Marui cut barrels, which by the way, unicorn inner barrel bucking. Hello. But all of the internal parts are going to be the same. The main difference is again just going to be the barrel length. I mean, what is this? Like there is the rail. I do believe they have the rail that screws on out of the box. It's not attached to the gun, but it does come in the box. Versus this one looks completely assembled, and I bet it's a larger. There we go, much better, larger platform. Actually, I do think that is molded into it. So you do have a molded Picatinny rail on the AAP01C, but between the two, honestly, it's whatever you want to do. What do you want?
Can we just like acknowledge the fact that it doesn't matter which one they pick because they're gonna put some kit on it anyway?
That's facts. Actually, that's facts. Yeah, you're gonna build it out however you want anyway. So when it comes down to it, you said the grip texture is different. Let me see here. Let me look. Okay, slightly.
Also, the selector is different apparently.
The selector is different. Guess what? You could swap it out with an aftermarket one and make them both better. How about that? Okay, here's the thing. With the AAP01C, it is dramatically shorter. You're probably looking at like a 40 or 50 millimeter inner barrel, maybe even less.
But the girth.
What girth? It's the same amount of girth.
Look at how thin, right? Go back to the original. Look at how thin, right? It's not like that's super thin, right? But like in general, look versus that, nice and blocky and square.
We're looking between a chode and a hot dog. Okay, it's like. Oh, one's longer but skinnier. This one's thicker but short. What do you want?
I relate to this one more.
No, I mean, here's the thing. If there are slight differences that they may lean you toward one other than the other, go for it by all means. Like, I haven't gotten my hands on the AAP01C yet. The grip does look slightly different, but I will say, holding the original AAP01 in my hands, it's comfortable. I have no gripes about it at all. The mechanics are literally that of a Glock. Oh, shocker. But yeah, it's literally the same. I've built out the AAP01 as well. Like both of the parts compatibility, everything that I wanted out of it, like I swapped. Potentially like you said, the selector for the AAP01C is different. If that is exposed on the outside, great, that's cool. But as someone who looks at airsoft in a business sense or as a like staff type of sense, I think that gives room for like, hey, he's shooting in full auto, right? Versus the AAP01 where you like traditionally you have to pry it open, flip the switch, and then close it. That's slightly different. That's completely up to you. For me, in terms of practicality, I'd probably go with the original AAP01C because, again, the longer barrel will provide you more accuracy and range. And sourcing a really, really short inner barrel like that may be hard to find, and you might need to custom cut and crown a barrel for it. Unless, obviously, like what Brendan said, you're going to build it out anyways. And if you're going to build it out anyways, your question is redundant. But I don't think you're going to build it out, which is why you're asking. Isaiah's opinions?
Girth life. Girth life for life, man. That's all I'm saying, right? DJ saying fat and stubby, just like my life. I feel that. I feel that, bro. I feel that, dude. Can I put SEMA hop up with integrated tracer in my MGC4? This one from Virgil Hill. I mean, I would imagine. So. Yeah, I would assume so that it would work.
Unless the SEMA hop up unit is proprietary in some way, shape, or form, the MGC4 can accept aftermarket version 2 hop-up units and 4 hop-up units. So, yeah, why not?
This one comes from Jester. Cisco, is my Preem box Russian spicy?
Who said that?
Jester.
I don't know, bro. You're gonna have to find out. I'm just saying, you gotta find out.
Blat. All right, moving on. Okay, I think. Oh yeah, this was. I wanted to ask this one. Oh God, Cuidao. I have a KWA Ronin T10, love it to death. I am thinking of dumping more money into it. Will the Gate Titan be worth it, or should I start with hop-up barrel combo? For me, I think there is a list of priorities. Yes, barrel and bucking and even the hop-up nub itself are going to be the priority, more so than the actual hop-up chamber, right? I feel like if your hop-up chamber is already roadie style, it's polymer, it gets the job done, it has no issues with maintaining, whatever level of hop, especially with heavier gram BBs, then don't change it out. I feel like most techs are going to say the same thing. Don't change out the hop-up chamber unless it's actually giving you issues or it's broken. Stick with your bucking setup, and I think you're just chilling, honestly. And then I would say go on to the Gate Titan. But I think the Gate Titan in itself is worth it.
Yeah. So just a quick pro quo. KWA is like Classic Army, where they make their hop-up units and their air nozzle.
Oh, you got to get the same fucking air nozzle to work with it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
If you swap, from what I've heard, I haven't been able to test it out, but from what I've heard on multiple occasions, if you swap out the air nozzle for a regular M4 air nozzle, you could change the hop-up unit to an aftermarket one. So if you plan on changing the hop-up unit, plan to get a new air nozzle as well. But what Isaiah said, the KWA hop-up unit is solid. No problems with it at all. Throw in a unicorn inner barrel and bucking on it. Get the 265 millimeter. Solid. It comes with the bucking, barrel, and the hop-up nub. And I think that combo retails for $35. Amazing. Life-changing difference. Actually, Isaiah, can you pull it up? So, yeah, life-changing performance. And that, honestly, that's a really bold statement, because KWA, even though they don't have Type 4 inner barrels, the smoothness of their inner barrels is actually pretty Gucci. So, but with with Unicorn, just the treatment that they give to it, combined with their bucking and hop-up nub, it's we've said it before, the literal cheat code to increase range and accuracy. And then the Gate Titan, with the Ronin T10, we've talked about it before, how KWA has listened to the market and they've made changes to their gearbox so it can be more accepting to aftermarket parts. That is definitely an improvement as well. You're going from a purely mechanical system in terms of the selector, switching from full auto and semi, to an electronic system, being the active braking, controlling the movement of the gears and motor. With that, you are going to get increased trigger response. For rate of fire, I actually haven't tested the difference between like a stock build versus only replacing the Gate Titan. And Brendan, have you done that? So do you get a rate of fire increase? You don't. Okay, so only the trigger response increase due to the active braking. So yeah, that sounds logical, because in a traditional trigger assembly, it's going to dump power into the motor as fast as the motor can perform, right? So that purely makes sense. Boy, this motherfucker. I'm sorry, I can't cuss this.
He's using a mother heckin', freaking, heat gun on his hands, because apparently he's that cold. Oh, what a baby. Too cold. Can't retain his body temperature. Oh, whoa.
I don't care. Don't touch me. I don't care.
Be a man.
Don't touch me. I don't care. Your cootie hands, boy.
What is this, freaking kindergarten cooties?
Well, guys, unfortunately, we spent the last few minutes answering questions, so I do want to remind you guys about the promos we got going on before the end of the stream. Every $50 that you spend at airsoftgi.com will earn you 5 entries, 5 chances to win tomorrow's $1,200 shopping spree. Absolutely crazy. Super, super crazy. And we're honoring that promo with the silver 20th anniversary mystery box showing on screen right now. You pick it up. Instead of getting 10 chances with the promo that we're running with it, you'll get 15 chances to win $155. Every airsoft gun retails more than the box itself that's on the prize list. And when I tell you that there are more of the higher end guns than there are of the base models, trust me, you're gonna get your value's worth. Especially if you spend a little bit more, get your total cart subtotal up to $179. Just get over that, and you'll get automatic free shipping. So the 20-ish bucks that you would have spent on shipping, you could just buy BBs and then get that right.
Not only that, remember, place your pre-orders for the MGC4s, any of the ones that are available pre-order, and you get yourself 50 entries in the shopping spree giveaway because they are slated to arrive this Friday. Oh, it looks like it's over anyway because it just turned 5 o'clock.
You know what, guys? As we're talking, I'm gonna honor it for the last few minutes.
You want to extend it to like 5 more minutes?
I'm gonna run it until the stream ends. So whatever we end the stream in like a minute or two is the deadline. So you better hurry up, my boy. You better hurry up.
All right, so I had a few. I'll do like fast, like rapid questions real quick. Okay, so this one comes from Phase Train 1249. Condor Outdoor Cyclone RS plate carrier, worth it? Opinion. The RS plate carrier. I'll type it in right now. RS plate carrier. Yeah. Pull that shit up. Pull that shit up right there. Yeah. I think it's worth it.
Oh yeah.
It's 100% worth it, right? Absolutely.
I have the original Cyclone plate carrier, super dope, but this one has the nice Swiffy clips there. Definitely worth it. Damn, I wish how much is it?
Actually, it's even cheaper. You know why?
Coupon code 20.
Exactly. Or if you wanted to go and order yourself a mystery box, right? A YouTube unboxing mystery box. There you go, right? That's potential something you could potentially win.
Mm-hmm. You can actually get that and the pouches that you need for it.
And dummy plates.
Mm-hmm. And maybe a couple of patches. I don't know.
There you go. DJ saying, Cisco, you said you tried on the Lancer Tactical Multicam Plate Carrier, the 1000D model, and it fit?
Hold on, I'm gonna need to pull this one up because I've tried on multiple Lancer Tactical plate carriers.
A lot of their stuff is 1000D.
No, only the more new stuff is 1000D nylon. Yeah, which is actually super Gucci. Let me see.
Homie G, I mean, we start the stream at the same time, man. It's the same time. Like we're gonna end it soon, so if you better hurry. You better
Hurry up.
Zach Harmon, the premium bigger wins box goes out. The premium bigger box goes to the 1,000. Yes, if the entries for that will be counted towards tomorrow's shopping spree giveaway.
But you know what? Screw it. I'll honor the entry, the $50 promo for that as well if you get it right now. Only right now though. Only right now. And this is taking too long.
I think it's because it's like too much stuff. You gotta real dumb it down. So, 1000D. And I think let's just type it in. I mean, who knows what happens, right? Who knows?
I don't.
I don't either. Man, this shit takes forever.
I think it's because it's a vague thing, honestly.
Oh, there we go.
1000D. So, other one. I think that one. I think that's the one you're talking about.
Oh yeah, he said multicam. You're right.
This one I have not tried on. Where did you hear that though? No. Actually, no. I've tried on something similar to this. This looks like an LBT 1694. If it is that spec, then it should fit.
All right, I think there was one last question. This is going to be the last one. This is literally the last one. This comes from Crazy Jason. I haven't forgotten you. I saw your question. Does the KLI Baba Yaga 2 have a threaded barrel? Right? Or is it kind of like the Pit Viper where the compensator, it has internal threads? Does it or no?
It does not.
Damn it!
Yeah, it does not have the threaded compensator there. Yeah, just the way that it's designed, unfortunately. But if you are a little tech savvy, you can thread that compensator. Well, if you have a threading tool, just make it 14 millimeter positive threads, and that'll work with the standard like pistol thread adapters out there. So keep that in mind.
All right, that was the last question, guys. Now, the promos that we had going on during the stream are now over. It's done, right? We are donezo. Finito, finish, fin, over. That's it. Sayonara. See you next time. Adios. Later. Well, I can do this all day.
I was waiting for dead. I wanted to see how long it was gonna go. But all right, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to the Mayo Gang Talk.
Hasta la vista, sayonara. I can keep going.
Okay, all right. That was all Terminator quotes right there. But thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys so damn much. Again, the stream is ending. Take advantage of the promos. Yeah, I will be doing the Shop Expert giveaway. Even if you missed out on the promo and you're watching this back, you can still enter the Shop Expert giveaway. Again, tomorrow, the Shop Expert giveaway is $1,200. So I recommend you enter, even if you are watching this back. All orders $20 and up will automatically get you a chance to win. But the Silver 20th Anniversary Mystery Box will get you 10 chances to win after this stream still. So hop on it. I appreciate you guys so damn much. Hope you guys get home safe, get some rest, eat good food. Isaiah. Brendan said happy Wednesday, guys.
Smoke grass, eat ass, sled fast. Anyway.